Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bunch of random new things added into Hockey Ultimate Team today. First, we've got a new trade-in set for the fantasy Cale McCollum as well. Finally, the Buffalo Sabres goat head jerseys have been added to Hockey Ultimate Team. Couldn't explain why the San Jose Sharks home and aways aren't, but nonetheless, the best jersey in the NHL is finally in-game. We'll go over all the content like we always do, and make sure you subscribe for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info for NHL 23. Let's get into it. So guys, if you go to the Buffalo Sabres collection, you can go all the way down to the end, and in all its glory, it's real and it's spectacular. You're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get it, but it is gonna be maxed and it'll be sold almost immediately. So if you pack it, I'd probably sell it pretty quickly because it wouldn't surprise me at all if they put in a daily challenge soon where you can like get it for free or get a choice pack. So if I actually packed it, I would probably sell because it's going to be worth about 30,000 coins or whatever the max is. That's what I would do personally, but it's also the best jersey in the game, in my opinion. So also, like I mentioned in the intro, the fantasy hockey, there is a trade-in for the Cale McCollum. If you trade in this card, you will get Leno from the Olympique, I believe. We'll look at his card in just a second, but there isn't really any up, so this is more of if you just have the card. So who you'll end up trading in for is the 80 overall Tristan Luneau, second round pick from the Anaheim Ducks in this year's last draft. His career high in goals was last year with 12 and 63. He's already got 12 goals in 37. So I don't know how many more I would expect him to get, but I mean, he's on an incredible pace. So even if he gets 5 or 6 more, it's going to be better than if you still had Cale McCollum. So I definitely do the trade instead, obviously. And he's got silver stick him up already. So a couple more goals and this could be a pretty sweet card. This reminds me a lot of Pavel Mintyukov from the OHL. Again, guys, if you don't watch Major Junior Hockey, defensemen that get drafted in the NHL that still play Major Junior, usually their offense really runs through those defensive players. So it's not like scoring from the back end is going to be extremely low in the Major Junior leagues. All right, now to go over some of the newest cards added into the game. We've got the 86 Aaron Ekblad, 6'4", 215, always a very good HUT card. He's got booming shot. If you can get that activated, does boost his body checking up to the high 80s at 89 overall. He's got 86 speed and acceleration, which is very slow. Right now, he's going for about 20,000 coins, which is being held up because 86s are going for roughly around that price. So I don't think I would invest in them, even if I was, just brand new to the game. I think there's better options for you. A lot of the Dougie Hamilton cards, for instance, you'll probably get a little bit more value out of if you're looking for a right-handed defenseman. Speaking of right-handed defenseman, we've got the 88 John Carlson with Workhorse as well as Stick 'em Up, 87 speed, 88 acceleration. If you are in the higher divisions or if you are pretty good at defending the rush, this could be a usable card for you. Again, the speed, anything lower than 88 right now is just awfully tough, especially if you're in lower divisions, because usually a lot of those games go end to end, and if you get matched up with someone who's got, maybe a couple team of the years cards like that, it's going to be awfully tough for you. You're going to have to pair him with someone quick that's left-handed, but John Carlson cards are always pretty good, and Silver Stick 'em Up is a really good value at 2 ability points. A lot of right-handed defensemen today. We've got the Protector, 85 overall, Timothy Liljegren. He's got Thunderclap, which is not really worth it. 88 speed, 88 acceleration, and agility. Again, anyone around these attributes at 88 and above, on defense specifically, if you have just started your team around the holidays and you were looking for a cheap defenseman, it's very hard to find usable defensemen because there's kind of like this big gap between the base cards and then trying to find like master set player items. So this does have some value, but this is all going to depend if you have other options or not. Then we've got the 89 overall Claude Giroux going for about 75,000 coins. He's got Protector. Always a very good option if you were looking for someone who actually has decent face-offs. Like, this is always a sneaky centerman card. 91 speed, 91 acceleration, high 80s, low 90s shooting, hand stats all above 92, and then face-offs at 92 as well. So very strong centerman card. The only knock is that he's a little bit smaller at 5'11", but like I said, if you are someone who's in the market and can't afford, maybe a team of the year or some of the other master set player items and you need a centerman and you're okay with it being a righty, Claude Giroux, he will keep falling in price, would be a pretty decent option. And then we've got the 91 Jason Robertson with Gladiator and Shock and Awe. 6'3", 200, great size, but very sluggish skating, 87 speed, 88 acceleration. He's got a phenomenal shot, and everything else is great. He's going for 165,000 coins right now, guys, on PS5. No shot am I spending that much on this Jason Robertson card. Again, I think that he's going to be one of the best cards in the game once Team of the Season hits, along with Tage Thompson, for example, and he's got a phenomenal shot, but Shock and Awe is not really worth activating, and his skating, like I said, you're going to have to deal with the sluggishness. Still a very good card, but not nearly worth 160k. Like, if he got down to like 100, maybe, I would think about it. On to some of the prime times. We've got the 86 Drew Doughty, Protector with Seeing Eye. Seeing Eye, I think, does have some usefulness, especially if you go for tip shots from the point. 88 speed, 88 acceleration. I just talked about that. 92 defensive awareness with Protector activated. 6'1", 210, so decent size. Again, if you are in the market for kind of that middle ground right-handed defenseman, you're going to have a lot of options with today's release. Travis Konecny's up next. 87 overall forward, has Fly the Zone as well as Beauty backhand. 91 speed, 89 acceleration and agility, so kind of the middle ground. Is a lot smaller right-handed. There's probably better options for you. Like, in all honesty, I'd probably rather have like base Barzal, just for an example there, or even the 86 McKinnon, or I believe it's 87. The base McKinnon would be probably a better option for you. Timo Meier also gets a card. He's got Buzzing and Crease Crasher, 89 speed, 88 acceleration. He's very good in terms of his size at 6'1", 220. But very just mediocre stats. There's nothing that's exceptional in this card. It's just 88s or whatever the overall is across the board. Until he gets a really good ability or maybe some skating synergies in combination. Just always tough. Timo Meier is, he's got a kind of just a lame build. And then we've got the 89 Jordan Kyrou with Applesauce and Elite Edges. Applesauce, not really a huge fan of that synergy. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, and 93 agility, however, with Silver Elite Edges is a fine option. Again, if you can't afford Master Set player items, or, you know, the big expensive cards, you just started around Christmas time, look for some of these cards that can be very, very similar. Like 75,000 for Jordan Kyrou, who's got 92 speed and acceleration with a very good ability and Silver Elite Edges. Like, you can do a lot worse than that, and this is where you've got to kind of make up your team if you are struggling to find some good players. Also, another option, if you're looking for a left-handed winger, we've got the 90 Nikita Kucherov with Gladiator. Kind of a pointless synergy on him just because he's got such low body checking that even with it, it doesn't help, and it's tricky. It's just an awful ability. Like, it's very, very situational, and you're really not going to see a lot of utility out of it. But 92 speed, 93 acceleration, and 94 agility is great. He's also got a phenomenal wrist shot, hand stats above 95, so again, another good left-handed winger. I would try and grab the base McDavid before I went after this card, but this is still becoming a very, very good card. And the last one we're going to go over is the 89 Evgeny Malkin with Protector and Big Rig. Big Rig is a little bit less useful than Unstoppable Force because you've got to be holding down X to protect the puck. With Big Rig activated, 88 speed and acceleration and agility. He's got above 90 shooting. I just wish his face-off rating was a little bit higher. It raised it up a little bit from the past and from a couple of the past games, but if he just had like 90 face-off, this would be a phenomenal centerman. He's got 90 body checking, 6'3", 195. Just, yeah, he's always had brutal face-off ratings. So guys, don't forget, Team of the Year, the first week for the men's cards is ending tomorrow at 5 p.m. So if you are trying to make one of the last Team of the Year sets, make sure you do it for the men's edition. At 5 p.m., we will be getting the women's Team of the Year, and I'll be doing another huge stream for that. So if you want to check out the new content tomorrow at 5 p.m., make sure you do so on my Twitch channel. Twitch link is down below, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. Hope to see you then. Have a good one.